What's going on, B-Risers? I hope you're doing fabulous. I'm doing fabulous because I got me a bowl full of grapes. I finally found some delicious grapes, and it took me a while to get these. You guys must be taking all the grapes because they're not on the shelves when I go. So I got some grapes, and it's a beautiful day. And I've been getting some great questions from you guys. I've been getting great comments from you guys. And a lot of people have come to me lately actually asking how to deal with unsupportive people, even haters, doubters. Say you're making a career change or you're just changing something in your life and you have people that are unsupportive. So I'm just going to give my tips on what's helped me, because I've dealt with my share of unsupportive people, doubters, even a little bit of haters. Not many, but not many on this channel. You guys have been really great. And actually, you know, a lot of what I'm sharing, you guys are actually receiving my message. And that's the biggest thing is, are you actually receiving the message? And I woke up to this comment, which is fantastic. You know, it's great to hear that you guys are making a change. You're doing something different. And you're getting results. And if you're not getting results, if you're struggling, then you're reaching out and asking, like, what can I do? You know, because we got the athletes, we got the bodybuilders, we got people that have serious health issues. So everybody is doing, you know, different things, and I'm trying to work with you guys depending on what your goal is. So today's video is how to deal with unsupportive people and haters, doubters. So with me sharing on YouTube, we can get lots of comments, lots of opinions. And that's how you are really tested. This is really all, a lot of what happens to us in life is a test, a challenge, challenges us to really know how we know ourselves, how strong we are. It's really a test to challenge us. Do we really know truth? Do we really know ourselves? I actually didn't start sharing about detoxification. I believe it was like 6 months after I started YouTube. I think I started YouTube in November, and I didn't actually talk about detoxification for a few months after because I was really applying it on myself. I really wanted to really understand what it was doing in my body before I started talking about it. And then, you know, I realized how important it was, and I thought, I gotta get this information out there. Because I realized I was getting results. And I was actually making huge life changes as well in my life that I needed to share as well. Because this life is so short, you hear it all the time that we're here on this planet for a short period of time. So we may as well spend our time wisely. We may as well spend our time getting healthy and happy, not being in, you know, riddled in pain and suffering and in anxiety and fear and stress. And there's so much of that out there. And this channel is what I want to help you get out of that, because I've been there. I've been in that fear world. I've been in that stressful matrix, always consuming, always looking for external factors to make me happy. And then I woke up. So I want to share my tips on what has helped me. And really, when it comes to healing, when it comes to going after your health and happiness, you really want to conserve as much energy as possible. The body needs as much energy to heal and regenerate, as well as your mental bodies and your emotional bodies. If you have been suppressing your emotions for so long, you may now be waking up to try to release some of these emotions and become more your true authentic self and being more real in the moment. Being okay with to be yourself, because in this world, there's so many people that may be trying to change you or push you into a direction you don't want to go. And it could be for various reasons. You know, with our family and friends can have the greatest influence on us. The people that we keep in our circle can have the greatest influence on us. And if we're not careful, we take their advice, we may actually be following their life. We may actually be doing the exact same steps, the exact same patterns, and the exact same results that they're getting if we're taking their advice. And what we have to understand is our friends and family, although they may have great intentions and they're trying to help you, they may not know what is best for you, because they're only giving you what has worked for them in their life. And they may be only have a certain awareness because they have been only, taught so much information. Every generation has been taught a certain amount of information. And if those people don't experiment and experience the world and, really get a good understanding of true healing, health, and happiness, they're just going to, spout words and spout their own opinion based on their own life. And we have to really be careful of who we're taking advice from. And we should I always say, you can listen to everyone, but follow yourself, follow your own intuition. And to do that, you may have to just get away from everyone and go walk in nature to truly listen to your own voice. Because there's so many distractions, if you haven't noticed. There's so many distractions out there. There's so many people that may be talking in your ear and telling you, well, you should do this. You should try this job. You should try this diet. And it's maybe working for them, but it may not work for you. And they don't always know everything. They don't always know what's best for you, for your life. And this is ultimately your life and your path. And if you're doing something just to please other people, you're not pleasing yourself, and then you can't help people because you're not following your own true life purpose, right? So this is about connecting back with yourself, connecting back with your strengths, and then using your strengths to help other people. Because you may be in, an environment that's really keeping you from really letting all that out, all your creativity out. And so it's really about finding your own inner voice, listening to yourself, and really spending some time alone to hear your voice and what it is that you truly want for yourself. I mean, we all want health and happiness. I know a lot of you guys want health and happiness because I've been getting a lot of, responses from you guys. So listen to everyone, but follow your own intuition. And a lot of the, friends and family may mean well, but they don't know what is best for you. So only you know what is best for your life and your happiness. And it's sometimes becoming honest with yourself, becoming real with yourself and saying, what is it that I want for myself in this life? And then, once we have that mindset, we can it's all about having clarity in the mind and not, getting lost in people's drama. For haters out there, I don't even get into it with them because those people just want, drama. They just want to bring you down into their world because they may be unhappy and they want to bring you down with them. It's the whole crabs in the bucket. And we don't want to be crabs in the bucket. We want to be bees rising, flying high, having our own freedom. I always say the best relationships are those where you can allow yourselves to do, be on your own different paths, but then come back together and, share those experiences. But you each have your own freedom. And that's what I want for you guys, each of you to have your own freedom. You don't have to do exactly the same steps that I'm taking. But, and because you are on your own life path and you're going to have certain things that are going to test you, and that's really just to make you stronger. You're going to have people that are going to test you. But for haters, I don't even get involved. It's all about where you're putting your attention and your focus. And if you keep focusing on the drama and the haters, you're going to keep getting sucked into it. So it's changing your attention and your focus and putting your focus on what's going to help you in this life and putting your attention on yourself. which a lot of people are, avoiding. A lot of times we're avoiding ourselves. We're avoiding really turning the light on ourselves and saying, what is it that I want to do? I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. But we keep getting, distracted. So it's really about putting the attention on yourself, figuring out what is it that you want. And then once you have figured out what it is that you want to do, it's about working towards that, keeping your attention on that, and then putting it into action. So it could be just having a big bowl full of grapes for breakfast. Putting your attention on to just fixing a healthy meal for yourself. And that way we're not getting, pulled into other people's toxic energy. We really want to make sure we're conserving as much energy as possible into healing and getting our body's mind, our mental state, and our emotions healthy. And we can't do that if we're constantly putting our attention into this drama. So I don't feed into it. Don't feed the parasites. That's my new quote. Don't feed the parasites. They like to feed on low energy, drama, toxic crap. Same as the internal body. We want to create healthy terrain outside of our bodies as well as inside of our bodies. So that's going to be surrounding ourselves with supportive, positive people with, higher energy that's going to bring us up and not take us down. So I don't focus on the haters. My attention is always on the positive, supportive people. And there are people out there that may be supportive and maybe, understanding. They may just not get it. And that's okay. You can let people know that you've done your research and you've, looked into all these areas and you're not just pulling this out of your butt. You've done your research and then this is the path that you want to try. And a lot of times you may just have to let them know that you've done your research, but you don't have to exhaust yourself in trying to explain it to them. We have to know that some people are just not going to get it. Some people are just not going to get your path. And that's okay. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to explain it to them. It may not be for them right now to understand. And we don't need to spend all this energy into trying to get them to wake up. So just a lot of times, just let go. A lot of this is just letting go and just really focusing on yourself, getting yourself healthy and happy, and surrounding yourselves with people that do believe in you, that are supportive of you. And if you don't have those people in your life, then turn to people online. There's lots of us out there. Surround yourself with those people who are going to say, you can do this, you can make a change. And it just starts with one step. I've talked a lot about transitioning. It just, once you start going into alignment with your inner voice, you'll notice the universe will start opening more and more up for you. So a lot of our friends, they may mean well for us and, give their opinion. And some people just don't get it. So we can't, waste too much of our energy and time explaining it. Sometimes you just have to drop the conversation. You can still be friends with them. You can still have a relationship with them, but you don't have to always get into certain topics with people if they're just not open to it. For those that are open to it, then yeah, by all means, let them know, various resources that you've looked into. And I would say it's important to look at people who are getting results. Look at people who are living a healthy and happy life and see what they're doing. Doesn't mean you have to follow every step they're doing, but just see what's working for them. And you can take certain aspects and then tweak it and apply it to your own life and see if that helps you. But I never follow people who are not getting results. If we look at, if I were to follow even my family in terms of their diet and doing what they've been doing for generations, I'd be getting sicker and sicker, and ovarian cysts and ovarian cancer runs in my family. And so it's important to follow people who are actually getting results and who are actually changing and living a healthy and happy life. And for me, I had to change everything. I was like, I'm going to change everything that, because I don't want these, I want to change my genetics. I want to start changing my genetic lineage. And I don't want to get these abnormal cells, and I don't want to get the cancers and the stressful jobs. So if I listen to people in terms of what they were telling me to do for my career or my diet, I would be sick and unhealthy like them. So we have to be careful who we're listening to, because we could end up living their life and following the exact same road they took. So we have to start figuring out what it is that we want for ourselves, and then making a change. Putting it into action is where you're actually going to start seeing results. So whether that is changing up your breakfast, it's all about every day just making a change, just switching it up. So a lot of this is to do with believing in yourself and realizing that you can do this. You can start listening to that inner voice that has been, quiet for so long, and figuring out what it is that makes you happy. And realize that someone else can't tell you what's going to make you happy, especially if they're not happy themselves. So listen to your voice, realizing that change is great. At first it can be scary because you're doing something different, and we are habitual creatures, so we like to get in these routines and habits, but they may be keeping us in a prison. They may actually be causing us more harm than good. So now it's about creating healthier habits that's going to better our lives. So those are my tips. It's really about realizing what is it that you want in this life, and then making some changes and putting it into action, creating healthy habits, surrounding yourself with healthy, positive people, not spending, exhausting yourself on people that just don't get it. It's not for them to get. It may not be their time to get it. They may not have the awareness. And, the people that are just hating, I wouldn't even spend my time on them. It's not worth your time and energy. So realize that your time is so valuable, and people that have, health and happiness, they have the greatest wealth. Remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And this is about believing in yourself and believing that you can do it. And you got lots of support out here. I'm here for you guys. I support you guys in any, life decision you want to make for yourselves. If it's to better your life, that's what it's all about. All right, guys, we will see you in the next video. And as always, be alkaline, be your true, authentic self, and be getting in the present moment today. And when we do that, we're all going to be rising.